Hi everybody! I wanted to make this video to show you my childhood computer. It is a Tandy 1000 TX that my parents bought from Radio Shack in 1988. For reference, here's a photo of me and my brother in 1988. We would have been 7 and 9 years old when they bought this computer. When they first bought it, it came with this program called Personal Deskmate, which was kind of a rudimentary word processing program. It also had a crappy paint program. And eventually, at some point, my mom bought this book for me, Basic Fun, Computer Games, Puzzles, and Problems That Children Can Write. And it teaches you subroutines and all kinds of stuff and how to line by line write your own programs in the basic programming language. And I made a couple of the sample programs in the book, and then I started making my own computer programs. So let's take a look at one of those. Okay, so what you do is from DOS, you run the basic shell. And from there, you can load up programs. So let's load up the program I wrote called Ninja Turtles. It's a choose your own adventure game. So we'll start. Get ready for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder is attacking the neutron power plant. If you decide to stop him, type go. If not, type stay. Let's go. You go to the power plant. Bebop sees you. He and Rocksteady shoot their laser blasters at you. Choose a number 1 to 3. Let's try 3. Rocksteady and Bebop blow you to smithereens. Better luck next time. Well, we better try that again. Let's go. Let's see if we can get the good ending here. Let's try 2. You hit the mutants back into the module. They all retreat. You have foiled Shredder's plans once again. Play again? No, we're good. So I made a few choose your own adventure type programs like that. So at some point in 89 or 90, my mom got a copy of this program called LogoWriter. And that's when I really got serious about making computer games and computer programs. So let's take a look at that. Okay, let's take a look at LogoWriter. So the way LogoWriter works is you have these sprites called turtles that can move around the screen and draw lines, and they can stamp, and then you can make them turn and go forward again. You can see there that I've left a stamp behind. So what you can do is edit the shapes, and it gives you an editor where you can pixel by pixel create these shapes, which you can then move around the screen with the sprites and have them stamped to create different scenes. So now let's boot up my LogoWriter disk, Kirt 2. So I learned how to make a startup program, and I decided to make a password to even get into my disk. I don't know, I guess I didn't want my brother playing my games or something. incredible. So once you get past the password, there is a second startup screen that has a menu that you need the joystick to navigate. So let's go take a look at some of these games that I made. As you can see, in 1990, I was obsessed with Nintendo games and would make little sequels to them, but I think the best one in this list here is this original one called The Wizard of the Forest. The Wizard of the Forest. You are the Wizard of the Forest. You make your home and rule of the magic world in the forest of Solaboo. One day monsters overrun your forest and challenge you to a fight. Eliminate the monsters or die. Move using I, J, K, and M and fire a fireball from your staff by pressing F. To win, defeat all the monsters and touch the blue tree. You must shoot the monsters with the fireball and you can shoot through trees. Good luck. Wow. So you can see the way it draws the scene by going around and stamping all the different sprites that I'd made. And I programmed it to read the character keys when you press them to move your turtle, or in this case he looks like a wizard, around the screen certain amounts. And it can sense what the color underneath is, so when you fire, it moves another sprite across and it reads whether there's purple or white underneath, and stamps or erases things correspondingly. It's kind of a puzzle game. You got to be careful not to touch the trees or you'll lose. So the best game I made was definitely this game called Starshot 2. Starshot 2 Lost in Space. Well, we better look at the instructions. Like I said, I wrote extremely long stories for all of my games. This one's especially long. Finally, on the 4th page, you get to the instructions. So let's begin. So LogoWriter can have 4 different sprites on screen at a time. So one of the sprites is the ship, and one is the meteors. And it'll put the pen down and draw a line as the meteor's shooting across the screen. And then in this scenario, there's these ships that come down, and if they get parallel with you, they'll shoot you. I'll show you that part. And it sends over one of the other sprites as a beam, and that's what happens when you die. So if you hit break on any of these programs while they're running, it stops them and you can go in and take a look at the code. So this is the code for that game. There's many, many pages of this stuff, and like right here, it's reading if the joystick is more or less than a certain horizontal value, which sends it to other subroutines which I've written. And there's all of this code for that little game. So as you can see, I made a lot of games. When I was about 10 years old, I made this menu with a list of just 20 of them I had made. So let's take a look at one more. Harl Wizard Extraordinaire. Well, we better look at the instructions. Yeah, there's a long story. So he can move left and right, he can jump, he can do his spell. I think if you blow up this block, you get the fire spell. So the hit detection is kind of lousy. Only the very center of the sprite can check and see if there's a color underneath, so that's why he bobs down into the ground, is to check and see that there's ground underneath him there. And it's kind of hard to program the jump to line up with the shapes you've drawn on the screen. And apparently I never thought you'd get to the end of this level because I didn't program an ending. So I think it's pretty cool that I was able to do all that stuff at 9 and 10 years old and write all of those programs. So thanks for watching today, and don't even think about subscribing to my YouTube channel because it's all garbage. Bye-bye.